Hello, Clark. How are you? And thank you so much for joining BritAsiaTV today to talk not only about the studio's next feature film, but the 60th feature animation film. Huge congratulations there. How do you feel that this is essentially the swan song for your career as a producer at the studio?
Well, thank you for having me, Priyanka. Yeah, it is sort of my swan song for this incredible career I've had at Disney Animation for 30 years as I step into my new role as president of Disney Animation. So Encanto, as you said, is the 60th animated feature from Walt Disney Animation Studios, and it's my 6th film. And the thing that I have so enjoyed working on about it is the fact that I've always wanted to do a musical. And I'd never had a chance to do one. In my whole career, I'd never been able to work on a Disney animated musical, and to be able to do it with Lin-Manuel Miranda has been incredible. So it's bittersweet because I love producing, and it's always been a part of what I've wanted to do. But I have this incredible opportunity to partner with Jennifer Lee, the Chief Creative Officer, and now lead the studio. So it's pretty amazing.
Amazing. Congratulations as well on the post. But I need to ask, when you stepped into the presidency role of the studio, how did you balance your time between your new post and producer? Because I know you were really committed to finishing your final feature at the studio.
Yeah, it's such a great question. When they came to me, it was 2 years ago, and asked if I would step into this role as president, I had one request. I wanted to finish Encanto because, as I said, it was, for me, it was a musical, and I really wanted to do that. And two, I didn't want to end my producing career halfway through a movie, but I was lucky because I had a producing partner on this project from the beginning, Yvette Marino, who is a Disney veteran. She's been with Disney Animation for over 25 years, and she and I worked together on Wreck-It Ralph. And so we were able to work together. She was able to handle certain pieces of the producing responsibilities while I could step into my role as president. And then we would come together on those key moments where we both needed to make sure we were in partnership and working together. So it worked out perfectly. It was long hours and long days, but I was the one asking for it. So I had to be the one who stepped up to do it. And I'm so glad I did, because I'm so deeply proud of this film. And I think it's an incredible way to sort of encapsulate that moment of my life of producing. Now I've finished this film and I can fully step into that next role.
Definitely. And it's a beautiful milestone to go out on, knowing that it was the 60th film at Walt Disney Animation. So when the project was initially pitched, what came first, the setting or the story?
It's such a great question. And for each of our stories and films, it changes, right? In this case, what happened was Byron Howard and Jared Bush, who were the directors on Zootopia, knew they wanted to do a musical. They're lifelong musicians. And Jared Bush had just worked with Lin-Manuel Miranda on Moana, where Jared was a screenwriter, and he wanted to team back up. So it was clear that the three of them were coming together to tell a musical story. But then what would it be about? Well, as the three of them talked, quickly they discovered they come from these very large extended families. And so family became the thing they wanted to talk about. Lin wanted to set it in Latin America. Musically, he wanted to do that. But then where in Latin America? And it just so happened on Zootopia, we'd worked with two incredible documentarian filmmakers, Juan Rendon and Natalie Osma, and they are from Colombia. And when they heard that Byron and Jared were working on this film and wanted to set in Latin America, they said, "Can we show you our country?" And so Lin-Manuel Miranda, Byron Howard, and Jared Bush all flew down to Colombia for over 2 weeks and toured the country with Juan and Natalie and so many other experts within the country, and they fell in love. Because what I don't think people know about Colombia is it's the crossroads of Latin America. It is this connection between Central America and the rest of South America, and it is diverse in its people, it's diverse in its music, it's diverse in its culture, it's diverse in its dance and rhythm. It's probably the most biodiverse part of the world. And that just opened endless opportunities. And from that moment on, we knew it was going to be a story about family set in Colombia with Lin-Manuel Miranda writing the music. And then you build from there.
It is incredible. And I was privileged enough to see the film yesterday, and I just thought it was not only was it grounded in family, but it was so fantastical and fun. And I just thought it's as if a rainbow had just leaked onto the screen. I don't think I've seen a Disney film that is just so immersed in color. It was like a carousel of color, and it was absolutely incredible. But in saying that, Clark, I've always grown up seeing the world through Disney animation, really believing in its magic. So my final question to you is, which one inspires you the most, or which one resonated with you the most as you were growing up that still has a special place in your heart today?
You know, that's such a great, well, two things, if I can say. One is thank you for your comments about the color and the beauty of the film. I think when we fell in love with Colombia, that was part of what we fell in love with, was the absolute beauty of the people and the culture and the flora and fauna. So we really wanted to portray that on the screen. So we deeply worked hard to do that. So I think that's one thing the audience are loving, is this is a joyous film and it brings incredible color at a point in life where we're all wanting that. We want that escape from the fact that we've been alone and separated in our homes for so long. In terms of films and what film really kind of got me and wanted me to be part of Disney Animation, it's The Jungle Book. And it's because it was the very first film I saw in a movie theater, and I just happened to see it in my grandparents' movie theater. My grandparents owned a movie theater when I was a kid. At age 5, I finally got to go in and see my first film. Jungle Book was the film that was playing, and I just fell in love at that moment in time with the world and the characters and the music. And at that moment said to myself, one day, I hope I can be part of the film industry, never imagining that it would actually be Disney Animation, or that I would have had this opportunity to produce some films that hopefully when people see today will also excite them, whether it's about the animation industry or just the storytelling or seeing themselves reflected on screen. I think it's pretty incredible to see that from age 5, somehow this all happened.
Yeah, and incidentally, it's the last film that Walt Disney personally oversaw in the studio before his passing. But what you're doing now is continuing that legacy. So I can only say thank you from me personally and behalf of every Disney fan in this world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka. So nice to speak with you today.
You too. Thanks, Clark. Take care.
You too.
Bye.